Hello friends, myself Praveen Verma. I'm Drupal and Google App Engine Mechanic at Simplified. In my previous tutorial, I told the integration of Google App Engine and Twilio, and in this video, I will tell about the integration of Jqgrid and Drupal. So, if you are a Drupal developer, that you know that whenever you want to create your own modules, that you have to place that all modules inside module folder. Inside that, I've created one module from example. Inside that folder for the Jqgrid, I have downloaded one folder. That was an zip file I have extracted and placed there. You can download that zip files from the internet. Inside that there are necessary files that you need for implementing the Jqgrid, CSS, JSS and various kind of things. And if you are a Drupal developer, then you also must be known that there is one info files that is necessary, one module files, and one JSS and CSS files are basically files. If you want to add, then you can add. So before starting, I want to tell that how we can create the fields in Drupal website. For creating the fields, simply you can call the form API of Drupal get form. There are these. If you want to create one fields at the time, you can create by using that your names, text field, type text field, title, size, maximum length, and required true. Means whenever you are submitting forms without filling anything in it, at the times it will show error. Most of the times you have seen that. Perhaps I will show you an example of this true, required true, why this file is necessary. And submit 1, submit 2, I have created two buttons, and for that I have created one function. Whenever we add array in it, these are functions, and in that function I have implemented 1 and 2 function. I have not implemented anything for the reason that I will tell you later on. Inside one, what I'm actually doing is I'm DB insert. I'm database inserting the values whatever I have inserted in my text field. Okay, and that I'm getting from the name of it. Text field I've given the name like here. That things from that I'm getting the values and I'm placing that in that database of mine. Okay, in this way. Let me show you how I'm doing that. This is my database and these are values. Okay, so this is my form that I have created using the Drupal. So when I'm adding that here, like my name, it is add. Processing is going on before in the back end. Okay, your entry have been saved. I've displayed that message on entry 1 entry. Check that. There is Praveen Verma and new fields there. So I want to create one Jqgrid. On what grounds? Whenever I enter something in it and I want to show result. Show result is basically creating one Jqgrid. How? Means whenever I'm inserting something in the text field, I'm getting that values and I'm matching that values from my database, and whenever any kind of match are there, I want to show that in Jqgrid. So before that, what the things that I proposed, a lot of time I've done Jqgrid, but that things was not implementing. It means the things that I've implemented previously, I'm going to show you the exact data that is needed for Jqgrid to implement. Okay, so let's check that. Developer tools I have opened there, and inside that I have inserted one breakpoint. I want to check that what data basically coming from my server. That is server is my module files right now. I want to enter Kapil, that is in my database. Show result. Okay, basically it has been stopped there, the process. So I want to check that what's there in my data. That is data is coming ID 3, name Kapil, ID 4, name Kapil. These fields are matched with my database. Okay, with ID 3, with ID 4, like here Kapil have 4, Kapil have 3. So but let's to run forward, but I'm not seeing any data there. Basically this is the kind of basic formats for Jqgrid to implement, but the data is not coming to our Jqgrid. So to resolve that problem, you basically have to do some changes in it. First of all, in module files that you have to change it. These lines are for connecting to database, and I'm inserting conditions like there, select this SQL queries, and a lot of things are there for connecting database. Simple for 3 or 4 lines in needed. Changes that we have to do is, first of all, you have seen the format. There is an ID, there is a name. Okay. Now check basically the format you are getting right now, and inside JS files there is no need for converting again into the object that I have created previously. Pass JSON, basically creating one object of it, so this thing is not necessary, and that same data what I have been passed from the module files in JS file I am getting. So now check that what things we are getting. Running that process is going on. Okay, I'm entering, let's say, Kapil. I want to check that what's there in my Jqgrid right now. Okay, data. This type of fields are coming to us. I've added a cell, so it's coming in this way. Okay. And you have noticed that there is one Jqgrid in module files encoder is placed there. JSON encode have encoded into the object. There is no need for encoding it again in JS files like in previous past JSON we have done. So let the process go on further. That's cool. We have our Jqgrids. These fields have been matched with that, and now I have my Jqgrids populating with me. Okay, so that's it, the problems that you can face by using different data, but that was also the kind of standard format, but here in Drupal that was not exactly a good way for populating the Jqgrid with that data, so you have to change that, and I've told you the changes that you have to done, what's basically the kind of changes we have to do in the JS files. Do not need to write JSON, pass JSON to make it object, because we are not sending one string there, we are sending already an object there by using the JSON encode, and to make the formats in such a 2-dimensional array. Okay, so that's the things that you need for integrating that in Drupal for Jqgrid. Okay. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thanks being with us, and thanks being with C Simplified. Thank you.